because a lot of people don't know what the hell they doing during this climate. This is a very interesting and dangerous climate, and some of the tools that we've had that worked historically in the past will not work in this same climate. So I just want everybody to be careful with that. You understand me? All right. Now, my goal is by the end of this live, you all would have gotten some valuable information, knowledge, principles that you can act off of by the time you are done. So we're gonna start off with the mindset first. You understand me? And shout out to El Crypto. And in the mindset, you understand me? I was listening to a conversation between Neville and Abdullah, the Ethiopian. And Neville was explaining to Abdullah, the Ethiopian. He said he was telling him somewhere that he wanted to go in a place that he wanted to travel. Let's say, I don't remember exactly the place, but let's say it was Egypt. And the Ethiopian was telling him, he says that you are already there. He said, you are already there. He said, that's where you want to be, then that's where you at. And Neville, he said, I ain't really understand it. You understand me? I didn't know what the hell he was talking about, but he got it later on that he was breaking down these principles of mentalism that one can utilize in their life to start achieving the things that they want to do. And the first principle was that, you know, for the things that you want, you have to already be them and already be there. The places you want to go to, you have to already be there. See, it's like if I'm a person that's getting into a race and I have to already be the winner before the race begins. Does that make sense? The winner of the race is already the winner before the shot ever goes in the air. You have to be it before it happens. You can't be it during it. You have to be it before. You ought to already be it before it happens. Same thing as a fighter. A fighter gets in the ring, he might be on the sideline telling them, listen, I'm going to be the winner of this. Now, one person may think that they're going to be the winner, and of course, the other person, and that's the fight. It's a fight of belief. Belief also meaning preparation. Because one fighter is on the other end saying that, nah, I'm gonna be the champ. And the other one is in there saying that I'm gonna be the champ. But only one is properly prepared to actually be the champion, to be the winner. One person is saying, I'm about to travel the world. Another person is saying, I'm about to travel the world. But only one person is prepared to travel the world. They got their passport. They got plans for the future. They have the right mental attitude. They're in the right mood. You understand me? They're going to execute on their thoughts and ideas and everything that they need that will lead up into the moment where they actually get to travel the places that they have in their mind because they already are traveling. All they doing is meeting the frequency in which they already possess within themselves. And what we forget a lot of times when we talk about getting to the execution, we talk about the digital, we talk about all this stuff, but it's 81% mindset, 19% execution. You understand me? 19% skill set, but the mindset is everything because you got to remember, how long is the crowning phase of a woman giving birth to a child, right? It's a matter of hours. Sometimes they go crazy and it's a matter of days. But for the most part, when you go into ancient traditions, women to be standing up giving a baby, boom, just like that, and it bounces out. The crowning phase is not a long phase. You understand me? When you talk about a pregnancy, but before that, you talking about 9 whole months. It took a moment to come up with the idea, but did it really take a moment? Because even before the idea or the moment of inception, before that baby is being had, there's an infinite amount of things, number one, happening in between time. Yes, you had to have ejaculation into the egg to fertilize it, right? That egg had to be guided. That sperm had to be guided by the egg. Intelligence is happening in between the unseen and unseen, as above, so below. But even before that, how did your parents meet? Now, maybe it might have been quick and cheap. Maybe it was at the club. Maybe when you go back into ancient days, they had to court the person for some amount of time. Maybe they were married for years and they had multiple children before they met you. It was never just a moment. There was all of these things that had to perfectly arrange in the universe in order for that moment to happen and then to you to be born. So before we get to our good ideas, before we get to this point of perception, you understand me? We first have things incepted into our brains. You understand me? And so when we think that it was quick, it wasn't quick. Nah, nothing is happening quick like that. Everything is going through preparation phases before they happen. So you got to ask yourself, what are you being currently prepared for? Because you will only do what you prepare for. My brother, Master Investor, had good teachings earlier. He said that, when you talk about investor thesis, they're not investing based on what the stock is doing today. They're investing based on the potential earnings that the stock can have within 5 years. Let me hit a spin around on that. I said, that's right, brother. The investors are not looking, because what it's doing today is based off what it did years ago already. You got to be able to see ahead in the market if you want to invest. The stock price that it is today, that's not the reason you invest. I said, okay, this brother out here spitting. This brother out here spitting. So life almost came to the damn phone. I had to goddamn put the towel up. Then when we think about that, I say, okay, well, the thoughts that I have right now, the ideas that I have right now, these are not the ideas that I got up with from today. These are the ideas that are in the culmination of years of habit. The things that I have now, I cannot be looking at these things too proud, because the way I'm going to get what I have next, see, that's where my thoughts are going. And some people get stuck on what they have. They start losing value. They get stuck on what they have and they start losing value. I sent the project earlier to my peoples. Metaskeleton, and I'll give a breakdown of that. Because there's some paid game in there. But I want to get back to it though. So when we talk about mentalism, man, we talk about the ability of belief, the ability of imagination, and being able to bring things into fruition. Is very important. That number one, we learn how to evaluate ourselves, and we learn how to evaluate assets and what they're truly worth and what's going on around us. And the more information we have, the better decisions we can make. But one thing that we discount is the power of our imagination and our belief and our faith in things. You understand me? Like we have the most powerful minds that can do the most incredible things, but we don't use them all the time. So one person, I talked to my younger brother, I say, well, listen, man, he said he wanted to go to Egypt. So I say, how much you think you got to go to Egypt? He said, I don't know, man. I got to have like $5,000. I said, no, okay, well, let's go look this up real quick. So we went on the computer, and I typed in, ticket to Egypt from Atlanta, right? Boom, ticket to Egypt from Atlanta. Because most of the time we don't even do research, you understand me, on the things that come into our imagination. We automatically tell ourselves we can't do things. So I can say, when do you want to go? You understand me? Let's say he want to go March 9th, or March 19th. Let's do that. You understand me? And then let's do a round trip. And I'm pulling it up right now in real time, because a lot of you all don't even realize the things you want, you can already obtain them. You understand me? Boom. Boom, Atlanta. Let's see if we can get out to Cairo, Egypt real quick. Boom. Boom. You understand me? Hey, search for it's my computer doing the job for me. Look how powerful that the time that we living in. I got something in my imagination. You understand me? I type it in this machine that's already been created by very smart people. I got something in my imagination. I type it in this machine that's been created by very smart people, and it automatically tells me what frequency I need to match. You understand me? In order to get to where I want to be. Automatically. There was never a time in the history of the world where you had such a magical machine that do that. Where you think of something You understand me? You go into your God factory, which is your mind. You understand me? And then you type the calculation of what's needed for that product that's in the God factory of your mind to be produced in reality. So now I'm pulling up and I'm looking at it. This particular that I just typed in the numbers, it say $708. So I say, damn, $708. I said, well, let's look at how much you're making. You understand me? How much you getting paid per week? How many weeks will you need to save up in order to make that trip? And once it became real to him, he realized that he can already go to the places that's in his mind. And see, a lot of you all don't do the simple step: strategize, investigate, research, execute. See, you think about your limitations, but your imagination has no limitations. So I don't think about my limitations. I think of my imagination. Let me think about the wildest, craziest, biggest vision on the planet Earth. And then in between, let me figure out how I can get that done. So, and it don't matter what it is, because I got a computer, I got network, I got resources, I have people around me that I can pull into this imagination that can help me bring it out. So I don't even have to be the smart person. I just got to be the creative person. And there's still people with excuses in 2022. There's still people with excuses. I don't even look. Listen what I said. I don't even have to be the smartest person. I just got to be the most creative. So I came up with a thought just on spot right there. Now, for me, it's not hard for me to get that thought because, you know, I got a couple of dollars. You understand me? I can afford that ticket at the moment. But let's say that I couldn't afford that. I'm going to just do the simple calculation to break down. And that's why I asked you, what's your investment opportunity? Is your imagination fund? Your investment opportunity, your imagination fund right now. Now, in certain communities, when people share their imagination, which are ideas, our visions, they go around to the community and they say, listen, this is what I want to do. It's in my imagination. I wrote down the plan, calculating the steps necessary to pull it into fruition. The people say, I like that. I'm going to put money into your imagination. So they get community funds in the Asian community. You go get a community loan. Community loan say, look, how much do you need? Well, listen, man, this is why I did the business plan, so I know how much the startup cost will be. They tell you what the startup cost is going to be, and then the people around you say, hey, we can help pull those resources in for you. Now, guess what? You get one loan, they probably won't let you come back and get a second loan or a third loan and keep on failing. So you want to make sure you get your business plan and you do your proper research so that you can have success. But guess what? When the community is invested into your project, the community is going to help that project be successful. This is the beauty of NFTs. Yeah, we need a black tax. But think about the idea of community. See, now you get to draw not only from your community, but your soul community, your spiritual community, your mental community. People of all different likes and backgrounds. Honorable Elijah Muhammad said heaven is money, good homes, friendships of all walks of life. He said all walks of life, because we know that we have to be sustained from the different branches around the world. You go into the grocery store, you're being sustained from different branches around the world if you go to the fruit section. You being sustained from different branches around the world when you go to the fruit section. But that's the same thing that happens, you understand me, with these now community mind pools that we can have, where it says, this is my idea. This is what I want to bring into fruition. Who is willing to invest in my imagination? Then when you put trust and experience and skills behind this imagination and team and all these different things, now we have possibility. Now we have actualization. Man, the thing, it really gets power. It really gets deep. You understand me? Hey, Red Pill, I do need you on my high level conversations. We definitely got to have a high level one. You understand me? I got to bring it to the world for those who don't know. We definitely got to have an underworld conversation, because Top God Activities is really trying to go all over. You understand? I'm coming to split heads and bust devil's heads wide open. You understand me? This ain't getting lighter. It's getting more dangerous by the minute, just so everybody know. You was gung-ho until I mentioned Farrakhan. Well, get the hell out of here. Strictly for COs. I didn't ask you whether you was gung-ho or not. You can't be gung-ho. You understand, with them little shoulders coming in here talking tough. Get out. I just want to let y'all know. That's one thing I will not take, is any slanders. You understand me? Any hate, any disrespect towards. Man ain't did 15 push-ups and got something to say about that man. Chill out. You know what I'm talking about now? Back to the regularly scheduled program at hand. You know what I'm saying? It's always the little slender body boys got some issues. So when we talk about imagination, man, we're gonna get back to it, to the community pool. When you look at Discord is a beautiful creation, because it allows pools of people to be able to come together to pull a resource. So a lot of people, you think about your money. Some people say they got $250 to $5K in here to come in, and they can, I told you I'm choosing violence all year. Even Mike Tyson, I'm gonna drop the rest. I had to tell Mike Tyson, like, hey, hey, Mike, hey, all right. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to it. So with the Discord, I didn't like it at first, but I learned this key in life, that the things that I don't like are the things that I should push forward towards. You understand me? Because those are the things outside of my safety zone. Those are the things outside of my comfort zone. And outside of my safety and my comfort zone, right, is where I find growth. Outside of my safety and comfort zone is where I find growth. Anything inside, there's no growth in that. There's nothing that stretches me, nothing that challenges me, none of that. And we got one of the most dangerous problems in society, is that we have an inability to take on new information because it's attached to how we customize our belief system, which is attached to how we customize our identity. And that's dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So the moment we get new information, we will fight gun-ho, utilizing little brother terms, we will fight gun-ho to hold on to the things that we believe, because we feel like if you allow yourself to believe something else and it's attached to what you believe is embedded in your identity, then the confirmation bias starts to come in. You understand me? The cognitive biases starts to come in, and you're like, no, I must reject it, because for that to be right, then that which I say I am has to be wrong. Instead of leaving yourself room for growth. And that's where I always do. I always leave myself room for growth. I leave myself room for growth at all the time. You understand me? Whatever religion you got, whatever background you have to be considerate of new information. You can't just say, no way, if I was to believe that, then everything else crumbles. That's not a wise way to think. It's the most dangerous place. That is dogmatic thinking. This is how we got to where we are in America in the first place. You have to be very careful with that way of thinking. That is a way of thinking that has one particular reasoning. That is for control. Now, it's not to say that the control methods weren't put in there for a good place, because sometimes we start searching for too many things and don't have a focus on the one thing that we believe in. So it's not to say that it's not a good thing, but because controls can be a key to helping people think the right way and move in the right direction. Because the whole riddle about, if there's a fork in the road, which way you go? Well, if there's a fork in the road, you always go the right way. I solved it for you. If there's a fork in the road, you always choose the right way. I'm just saying. That's what God go choose. He go choose the right way. Take that however you feel about it. You understand me? But I'm just giving you the keys one time. I'm gonna always go the right way. Person asked me where I go, I went the right way. All right. Now let's get back to my copper color melanated people that is indigenous to this planet Earth, that is ours as natural people. We're gonna tap in. So listen, community development is key. Everybody here should be focused on, where's my tribe and my community? Then once you have your tribe and your community, you understand me? You have to centralize that community in one place where y'all can have the next C, which is communication. I'm adding and I'm updating my 19 C's of content, community and communication. I'm going to be adding that to the books, to my workbook that I put out. If you haven't got my workbook, you definitely want to get it. I'll tell you how to get it later. Community and communication. You want to add them C's on there. If you go gang with your community. You know what I'm talking about? Gang with your brothers. You know what I'm talking about? Only cousin bloods I'm banging is when they in my act, they got to be my real family. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get back to banging family. Y'all want to talk about cousin blood? Is that your blood family? You don't even bang for your blood family. You don't even bang for your cousins. We got to get back to the tribalism, right? We got to get back to the systems of community, because before we're going to get to the point where we can create physical land communities and micro communities. Disney, I just seen it. I've been screaming communities. What Disney said they gonna do? Disney said they about to start building micro communities based on imagination. Oh man, I forgot all about that. Let's get to it. We about to get to some keys. We rocking here. Why would Disney see this as an opportunity? Where are they seeing the future? Where are they seeing the future? And y'all not catching the vibe. Number one, you want to go see some of America's future, go look over there in India and China. You want to know who owns America? It's three main owners of America. And this is what I always say, at least. Number one, you got China, you got Japan. I think Japan owns more than China. And then you got one people that America owes more than anybody else, which means that we owe America, because to be in debt in America is to be a slave too, right? The reason they create these dollars, this is magical debt money. It means nothing. It has a physical feeling that we know that is attached to it, right? It has a frequency. It has embedded codes and things on there that institute belief in the ideas of, but it means absolutely nothing. It's crap. It's not real. We just made it up and believed in it. And then somebody said, well, why should we believe in crypto? Well, why should you believe in dollars? Why? What does it mean? It's nothing. We don't even like the people that's on it. It means absolutely nothing. It's worth nothing. It's crap. It's crap. It's just little paper. What makes this paper more special than this paper? Belief. Brother Livingston, he said, I'm talking gibberish. You should leave. Because if I'm talking gibberish and you here listening to it, it makes you a bigger fool. Come on, man. Don't make no, you can't insult me by watching me. You can't insult me by watching me. Talk to me. You got to understand that. So let's get back to it. Because money don't have real value. Only belief does. Belief is the most powerful thing on the planet Earth. Imagination. They got into the imagination of the people, made them believe, and then created a system based on that belief, right? To share values. And now we exchange for belief. So here's what we go to next, right? You create your community. And I want y'all to start thinking about these communities as cities, states. You understand me? Write that down. You're creating digital cities and states. The thing that you want to have, because if you can create physical presence, I'm going to tell you why I was able to do it. My brother Red Pill on here, I seen him in here earlier. What we decided to do was first meet each other in a digital messaging space, right? Before they called Instagram and Facebook, their parenting company Meta, we treated it like it was Meta. My sole thesis was that if I can't be in a physical space with like-minded human beings, I'll be in a digital space. And that the digital space means that we are as close as we are in the physical space. Why? Because we can do the exact same things, right? So I said, damn, if all I got to do is connect with the like-mindeds. And each person that was part of that group was from a different geographical location, but at the same mindset. So once we were shared into the same digital messaging, we in the DM, in the group, guess what? We right next to each other now. Our ideas are right next to each other instantaneously. So while most people will complain about, well, I don't know, I can't find nobody that think like me. I can't find nobody that's ready. The smart one saying is you crazy as hell. Somebody built the platform that's like a digital Ouija board where I can go find any and everybody. I can go find dead voices on YouTube that I want to go get some advice from. I can summon dead people on YouTube, live living people. So I said, hell no, I'm about to go see which brothers got the same mindset as me, and let's build together. We built in a digital space first, created communion. We created community. We sitting there talking, establishing ideas, agenda. What do we want to do? What do we believe in? Right? We're creating culture. That's what we establishing first, a mind form, a thought form, something that we can grow and build on. And see, the way that they keep people dead is by focusing on the things that separate them. Because you can't build on your separation unless you want to be like the Muslims in the Ku Klux Klan say, hey, brother, listen, one thing we agree on is separation. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, if y'all need y'all funds to go over here, we'll help you with your political agenda because we don't want to live around you. You don't want to live around us. We don't want you taking our black one. We don't want you taking our white. They said, cool, let's establish this treaty. We're going to work together for that part of the common cause. See, but we as niggas think we got to kill and hate each other. We don't find no common cause. Not a single common cause. And solidarity, that's why I get my formula of unity, because it goes into the deeper steps when we talking about community. You got to have solidarity. Solidarity is coming together for a common cause. Coming together for a common cause. You want to have unity with people and you don't even have a common cause. You want to have unity with your family and don't even have a common cause. I explained how that's going to work. Why? Because you have blood? Because y'all came from the same bodies? That ain't enough. We got to have a common cause, right? Now I sit down with my brother, Keenan Beasley. He's a VC fund manager, manages $150 million under his belt that he controls in assets. Those AUM, assets under management. And we had an amazing conversation. It's a high-level conversation because there's some game. I wanted to get to the culture. And I'm always, when I sit down with different people, I'm challenging them to bring out more and give more to the culture because we're going to get to this place where our mental space is matching our spiritual space. And our spiritual space is matching our mental space and matching our creative space. We have to start aligning our minds, our hearts, and our gut together. And this is where we messed up because we try to get you to eat right. You understand me? To get your righteousness right with your heart and your R, you understand me? And to get your mind right with your knowledge of self and your intellect and your intelligence and your ability to solve your own problems and do for self. And if we can align these three up, oh man, we bad, man. We ready to choose violence for surely. But without resources, we can't truly choose violence because you can't go to war without resources. Can't go to war without soldiers. Can't go to war without generals. Can't go to war without training. You understand me? All of these things have to be ready. And I'm not just talking about some war where you talking about just physical war, you going out there fighting. But right now, what we fight, we're fighting a digital war. We fighting a spiritual war. We fighting an intellectual war. You understand me? That's where we get powerful. And each person has to look at those 3 points in their life. So when you can build in a community, when you coming together, you finding the mind first that bridges y'all, right? What's the mind? What's the ideas? What's the agenda? Is it liberation? Is it freedom from any levels of oppression? All right, well, how are we going to go there? What's the intellect? How we go fight that? What's our pivot into that? Right? So I got communities that come together on the basis of financial liberation. We want to free ourselves from being under an oppressor, and we need all of the strategies possible to get there. So boom. We are here. We know what we're here for. Well, what's the principles now? Let's pull on the heartstrings. You understand me? What's your righteousness? What are your morals? Right? And when we get to the morals part, this is the hardest part to instill into our people because it requires discipline. But the very things that we say we want that will come from the consequence of having morals and standards, those are the things that we beg for. Those are the things we think we're fighting for. Those are the things that we're asking for on a daily basis, but we don't want them. Black women say, black man, protect me. Well, protection is something you do as a pre. not something you do as post. So what does that look like? Well, at some point in time, if you want somebody to protect you, you have to listen and follow instructions. There has to be a standard for the protection to be able to take place. They say, well, listen, we need to be able to build wealth. Well, if you want to build wealth, you need to be able to listen. I can give you the standards towards the wealth, but you have to follow them like a soldier. Don't start going on your own thing. Follow this first. Master this first. And once you've mastered this, you'll be ready to orientate your own ideas on top of your mastery. But we start orientating ideas on top of the initiate phase. We not even novices at it. We at the beginner phase, and we got the nerve to want to switch something up. So these things have to happen because nobody's coming and talking to us like this. Nobody's giving us the game. You understand me? And there's so many levels of it. Man, it'll hurt your mind if you really knew. It'll hurt your mind. That's why I don't tolerate the backhanded talk about the Minister Louis Farrakhan, Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because he's teaching the heart that we need. He's teaching the heart that we need in order to be financially liberated. You want to be fine. You need to have the heart right. And let's talk about that gut. Because the gut don't just go towards, it goes to two levels. Because our intuition is connected to our gut. It tells us where to go, where to navigate. And then when we eat right, then we can clear out the gut. You understand me? But when we're not eating right, we're not thinking right. We got an issue within the community, because this is all about community, baby. You got to understand this. When you're in my community, well, we got the health products. No, we need you to be taking your Pyramoss on the daily. You might get upset with a short temper because you're eating food that don't have nutrition in it, and you haven't made the connection. You want to go out there and kill somebody because you feel like you at that point of death because you're not eating right. Your body and your mind is dehydrated from sustenance, so you stuck in survival mode. We got to get to it. But when you eating right, you thinking right, you in a better mood because you eating better food. Now we in a better place. Now we can talk about growth conditions. Now we can talk about enlightenment. When a person is eating right, they thinking long-term automatically. Eating right is the first long-term investment you make in your life. Write that down. Y'all want to talk about investing and talk about wealth? You can't get no better wealth plan than eating right. I don't care who you are, what you're talking about, what kind of money you got, who you think you are. If your investor that you listen to, your money manager you listen to, they give you a wealth plan and it don't include eating right, you won't be around for that IRA. You won't be around for the little retirement plan you got. You won't be able to utilize life insurance. You gonna be waiting on death insurance or your family get collected afterwards. So when we talking about wealth, we talking about health. Honorable Elijah Muhammad was the one who gave us the health plan. Listen, I don't know nothing about Joe Biden health plan. I don't know nothing about Obama health plan. I don't know nothing about Trump health plan. But I do know Sebi had a health plan. Sebi heard his first health plan from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I know about them health plans. I don't know about them other health plans. I don't know about Dr. Phil. You understand me? Y'all can keep, the brother don't even look healthy, first of all. He got triple chins. I'm not listening to nobody with a triple chin tell me what to eat right. I'm just saying. The brother Sebi looked like he followed his plan. He looked like he followed because he only gave us like 10 things to eat. And the brother looked like he was eating them 10 things. He followed his plan. The brother was having babies into his 50s and 60s. It was working. It was working. I'm just saying, black people, come on, somebody talk to me. What my copper-colored Moorish Americans? You understand me? What my beautiful natural people on this planet Earth that want to get back to their indigenous root? You understand me? Health plans. But y'all looking for the government to give you a health plan, then you mad at the health plans they give you. Yeah, Queen Afua. You want to get your womb right, ladies. You might not be able to manifest right because you got too much stuff in your womb. You may need a yoni steam or something. You trying to birth stuff into existence, and the womb ain't even working. Better go get with Queen Afua over there. Better get you a womb plan. You better get with the Nation of Islam. Gonna give you a mind plan, a mental womb, brothers. So let me get back to it, man. Let's get to it, man, because y'all done got me hot fire today. You understand me? So community is the key, right? So you want to build your community, right, on principles. You understand me? Build the community on the principles. What is bringing y'all together? I listened to Johnny Dang said that his people in his community gave him a loan to his start. So I want y'all to think about two different references I'm about to give y'all for a second. Jeff Bezos, Johnny Dang. They have something in common. They family gave them their start. Came together with an imagination. Jeff Bezos say, I imagine that when people have digital libraries and be buying books online at a time in 1995 when there was no time to do it. You understand me? At a time in 1995, you understand me? There was nobody that could do all that. But they said, you know what? I'm believing you. We'll give you this 200,000. Go to the rest of the family. You get your other 50,000 from each one of them. You will have your million you need to start your business. Boom. He got that. He started. Fast forward. Richest man in the world. One of them at least. We go to Johnny Dang. Johnny Dang's supplying all of the gold and diamonds to all the niggas in the community. He ain't part of the community. He don't look like us. Last time I know, he ain't built the school off none of that gold. You understand me? Last time I know, he ain't built the black grocery store, but he's gotten millions of dollars from the black community because his community came together and gave him a community loan to sell to the hood because we not a community. So we could have took that money and we could have loaned it out. Nah, but we gave it to somebody else's community. So he paid back the loan and interest and built that community up. And especially when we talking about diamonds and things that's losing appreciation, I would have appreciated if we at least went and got gold. We'd at least went and got gold, and we could leverage that as an asset to where we could be like, yeah, rappers been buying all this gold for all these years, and now we have $1 billion in gold under our management that we can leverage. And then we could have say, hey, joke's on you. But it don't seem like all the gold that I've been seeing we buy, all the jewelry I've been seeing we buy, don't seem like it. Derrick Grace was the first person I seen where their jury was giving them the game on the gold, giving them the breakdown. Diamonds ain't worth nothing. Get you some gold. Then you want to get it at spot price or get it close to spot price and below spot price as you possibly can. You understand me? How do you go buy it in wholesale? How you go travel with it? How you go leverage it? How you go put insurance on it? Different conversation. They weren't giving them the game. Every Asian jewel jeweler they went to never gave them the game. Why is that? Why the game was never given to our community if you ate from our community this whole time? God damn it, don't you feel like you're a part of it? Don't you at some point in time feel like you owe something to it? No, that's the answer, right? So community is key, and you have to learn how to keep the knowledge, the education, keep the investment, keep the power within the community. That's one thing I told Brandon Marshall the other day. We talk about investment. We got to talk about circulation. Coming back to point of origin, circulation. Circulation coming back to point of origin. Circulation coming back to point of origin. Circulation coming back to point of origin. Spending going out, not coming back. Spending going out, not coming back. Spending going out, not coming back. So when we think about what we want to pull our resources and our prime dollars, anytime you can, because we know we don't live in a place where we produce everything for ourselves yet. So the point is, anywhere you can currently figure out how to spend it with somebody who look like you. And then we have to make sure that that person has the same mentality, because there's no point if I go put the money in your hands and you take the money and go put it right out the community. See, there's no point in that either. That was just for the optics. So we have to have a community that has the same principles. So when I go spend with you, I know you go spending with them. I know you go spending with them. I know you go spending with them. And then we in the game. Then we talk about job creation when we talk about dollar circulation. You understand me? Because now, if my brother needs a job, or my uncle needs a job, or my sister or cousin needs a job, well, shoot, I know I've been supplying this business for years with my business, helping them grow. The community been helping them grow. I know I can pull the favor over here. I know they creating jobs over here. But it gotta have the right principles. And this is why I tell you the greatest investment you can get into right now is getting into a community. That's why I focus on building community. Because we are in a dangerous time on where to put your money. I said, where you want to put it? I see different answers. Yes, Erica Ford. Shout out to the legend Erica Ford. Investing in yourself is always number one, your intellectual property. Investing in self-development is the basis of community development, as Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us. So if you're not developing self, it don't matter what community you get in. You have to have the intentions aligned with what I'm getting in this community to develop myself. We have to be utilizing our money, our time, and our resources to give us more access that can give us more time, money, and resources. So, right? I got in my community. You talk about getting into your community, whether you got a business, whether you got a product, whether you just want to have a group, create groups. Every one of you all that's on this line should be a part of some kind of group. When times get ugly and times get hard, the answer is most likely going to be in that group with that collective. Somebody got a key. Somebody you can get a loan from. Somebody you can get some knowledge from. Somebody you can get some access from. But why go? Why go knowing that we about to be in some of the most dangerous times? We are in the most dangerous times. And you're not a part of no community. You out there by yourself swimming. That don't make no sense. So when I think about business models, your business model has to include community. And that's why you're seeing Disney going with communities and imagination right now, because things are about to change. This is their plans, is for things to really change into this metaverse. I'm just telling y'all, they really got a plan to have everybody becoming characters in the metaverse. Now, there's going to be resistance, but then there's going to be adoption. How do I know there's going to be adoption? Well, there's already 1 billion people on Facebook. It's already hundreds of million people on Snapchat. There's already hundreds of million people that play the PlayStation for Sony every single day. There's already a cult called Call of Duty. You understand me? There's already a cult of Apple users. They already have communities. So all they doing is changing up the product. And the product story is about to change for most of these companies. Facebook is not about to be the telephone company that it is today. Facebook is going to be a completely different company based on creativity and imagination and utilizing that resource of human being. They have profits that they have to keep up. Once you start to get into the $1 trillion status, keeping up with those profits is dangerous. That's the problem. When you got a publicly traded company and you're making that much money, the expectation is to maintain making that much money. Now, how we go do that? Oh, that means we got to make people more slaves than any other point in time in history they ever been slaves. We need their complete full mind, completely attached to our algorithm, where they're begging for it more and more, and they're bought into how we gamify their world. See, my only question for us is, how are we going to do what we're going to do? I don't give a damn about their plans. How are we going to disrupt that and create a vision for ourselves? Because our imagination is the most powerful one. That's why they need us to believe what they think, what they put out there. And so they market their ideas over and over and over until we can believe it. I'm having a conversation with my brother, and he got me in on the Metaskeletons project to help enlist people to get into that. And I'm reading over, because people ask me, because I sent it out to my group that I was going to talk about this skeleton project. And I'm going to talk about my project as well. You understand me? And then I'm going to go over these investments. Before I even get into that, let me get to this Rolex appreciation chart real quick. Because we don't really know how to invest. We don't really understand nothing. I mean, a lot of us, we getting educated, we getting better at this on a daily basis. Don't get me wrong. But the game that we playing is minute. And the reason that I like Web3 technology, because it literally allows us, you understand me, to incubate our solutions and to have quantum leaps, because that's what we're going to need. You understand me? That's what we're going to need. Just want to let y'all understand that, like, in order for us to really have some growth in this world, we're gonna need to make quantum leaps. You understand me? All right, so I'm looking at this new article. This article says that the Rolex Daytonas have outperformed the stock market over the past year as collectors pile into a $20 billion secondary market for luxury watches. Secondary market is key here on that. The average price for a Rolex Daytona has increased 34% over the past year to reach nearly $48,000. So that means that it increased 34% for the secondary market. So you could have bought it, however many watches you could afford to buy, and then you could have sold it on the secondary market at 34%, right? This is the concept of NFTs, right? When you start to understand some of these, right? So imagine when I sell you my Rolex, I'm also selling you an NFT that's connected to a Rolex. First person buy it, boom. They own this Rolex. Whether it's in a physical possession or not, it's the same thing you can do with gold, right? Where you can buy gold that you're not in physical possession of, but they keep it in the vault. So it's say that when somebody else wants to buy it and the price goes up, then guess what? In order for them to buy it, they got to buy it from you, right? It's going to change the game with a lot of different things. So at the NFTs, when you're talking about secondary market, this is the most valuable thing, because I had on my NFTs, I've been getting secondary sales already, right? Meaning that for one product, I've sold it twice already and I've got paid off of it twice. You understand me? That's a game changer. That's not something I could have had it included into my business model until now. You understand me? So secondary market is becoming the biggest thing around, where businesses are starting to figure out, you understand me, ways to stretch their product. Because we're in the drought, so you got to stretch the product. You understand me? It's so-called supply chains and things of that nature. And this article is from 2021, October 18th. So the market has went up even more than when it went to at first. So while a lot of people was complaining about the idea that they don't like the new digital technology, there were some people just getting into the market and making money, firing their job and winning because they got new skill sets. You understand me? Because they understood the power of the secondary market. So my brother, they got the Metaskeleton project, right? So I'm looking at the project. Send me over. And this is what y'all got to understand about NFT projects. They're becoming harder and harder to sell out. So, which is a great, good thing, because what it forces people to have more value that they putting into it. So now that they're becoming harder to sell out, you can't just put some art on there and then all of a sudden 10,000 sold. Now we got to actually have utility and value behind it. So what ended up happening is you got a budget behind the product. You got a marketing budget. You got a team budget. You understand me? You got strategy, everything that's going into this project to make sure that it's successful, right? So what you want to do is you set up the first project, then you create a whitelist. Once you create your whitelist, people are buying in for what? Why are they buying in? They're buying in so that they can be a part of the secondary market, so that they can get paid once it releases to the public. They get to get paid by releasing it to the public and getting paid off the secondary market, meaning that they get to buy something at low and sell it for high. It makes the most sense in the world. It makes the most sense in the world that we've always actually done this. We do. I mean, the shoe market is a great concept to the secondary market in the first place. Limited supply, large demand. Those who actually get their hands on it was selling what? PS2s, PS4s, 5s, whatever number we on. You understand me? Sony didn't have enough. Sony had to start making PS4s. They had to start making their old model just to satisfy the customers during Christmas time. The secondary market was booming. So instead of them selling to B2C, what they were doing, them doing more B2B business, where they selling it to the suppliers, and then the suppliers selling it to the people. And they didn't care because they go get their money on the front end. The only thing is they not attached to the secondary market. So Sony getting paid one time, not two times. But imagine if Sony had put out an NFT. All the people bought them like the way they bought physical, right? They bought it instead of the people keeping it for themselves. They said, you know what, I'm gonna buy 1,000 of these NFTs because it represents that I can get me a PlayStation. And then what happened is everybody who bought those, they set the price on the secondary market and they sell to everybody else, right? And then Sony gets a cut on the secondary market. So now they getting paid from all the transactions that's happening within their business. I had to do a spin around on that one, y'all. But Sony don't own their community. And this is what things about to get different. They about to start get more intimate with these communities. You understand me? And trying to centralize their communities. They about to figure out how can I centralize my communities more. So when my brother reached out to me about this metaskeleton project, I want to get back to this for a second. So I'm looking at it, and they had to do a different type of roadmap, right? So he did a different type of roadmap, right? And all I want y'all to do is go follow their Twitter. You understand me? Because I want y'all to study these projects. You understand me? I think they go live on the 19th. That's a good day. They go live on the 19th. That's their mint date for their secondary market. Now, what they decided to do with their project, when I go look at the roadmap, owners of it actually own blue chip project, like the Board of Yacht Club, right? Oh man, I only got 1 minute. I might have to go. I might have to pull up another live. Listen, text Meta to 323-577-6692. I'm gonna have to go live again. You understand me? And I'm gonna have to pull in Jared because it's a lot of game. It is a lot of rug pulls out there. That's why it's important that you understand and you know who the owners are. You understand me? So we about to go live again. Make sure y'all tap in. Yeah. Got too much game, too much game, too much sauce for him, man. Too much sauce. Hella free game. All right. All right. Boom. Boom. All right. We back in the game. They be trying to limit me. You can't limit me. You can't limit me. You understand me? What's up, YouTube? I see y'all over there. YouTube, tap in. Oh, listen, I got some game. I'm saving some of this for high level conversations and stuff y'all want me to talk about, don't want me to talk about. I'm saving some of this for high level conversations. Some docs projects are rugging. So the reason, and here's the thing, none of this is financial advice. Use your own discernment. You can always lose 100% of all your money anytime you invest into anything, just about, except stuff that has intrinsic value like gold. But this is the point. You understand me? Never invest money that you can't lose. That's the whole game. When I invest in projects, I look at different things. I want to look at, like, do I know the owners of it? You understand me? Am I invested into them? Am I investing based off I just want to be a collector? You understand me? Am I investing to try to make a quick flip? Right? Or is it my own intellectual property that I'm shilling? It's just different. That's my 4 things I gotta go in on it. You understand me? That's the 4 things I gotta go in. That's it. So for me, it's really that simple. Like, you got to definitely be able to evaluate the risk and everything that you get into. You understand me? And that's how we go about it. So the reason that I'm even telling y'all about it, because I know a black brother that's backed by this metaskeleton project, and he put me up on game on some of it. You understand me? And we were talking and we was talking about the idea that you got to have real value in the things that you start creating. And the whole goal was to create a project that had some intrinsic value to it, so that by owning a part of the project, you able to stake your NFT, and then this NFT make you money over time, and that this project was only part of a longer string of projects that it's attached to, so that it's not a rug pull project, but it's a project that is going to be long term. And this is why I agreed, right, to even speak about the project, right, and advertising on my platform. Because y'all know me, I don't advertise nothing because I got too many of my own things going on, right? So the two projects I want y'all to look out for, first of all, I want y'all to go, I'm gonna show y'all in a second. Now I'm gonna talk to them because I really want to become an advisor on the project because I think that they got a lot of stuff going on. You understand me? And I think one of the things that I have such a smart community that our community, we not getting rug pulled to nothing, right? We're not getting rug pulled to nothing. My community goes at things like with a veracity where it's like, yo, as soon as I drop something, they in the shark in the water. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this, Keys. And I'm like, whoa. Slow down, right? But what I've learned in this community is that the organic, thank you, Brother Bilal. You said the tokenomics research has been very beneficial, Keys. Thank you. The organic marketing has been best, to be honest, right? And getting people that are part of a different type of project. But of course, classical marketing still utilizes celebrities and things of that nature. So they've utilized celebrities in a project, which is what we don't truly like celebrities in a project, because celebrities bring in a lot of people who are not truly a part of a real community that understands it, and that's going to be long term. But you got to understand, when you got projects that got money in it, you understand me? Then those are the projects that look at their marketing budget as a whole, and they decide to, well, we're gonna put some over here, some over here, some over here, and we're gonna see if we can make this thing build up traffic. Right. So that's the way that people go about evaluating some of these projects, and people go about building some of their projects as well. You understand me? So let's get to it. And here's the thing with some of these projects, like, I'm really in it for the long term. Yeah, so we do teach the 101. I don't teach 101s, but we have a small communities that, like, in the NFT equation with my brother Jared Ross, who I bring in right now. If he's still in here, request yourself, who I bring in right now. And that's where you're going to get your basic education to high level education. And in that, we're constantly adding things on to that NFT project. You're also going to be getting triggers and signals on which projects to buy into as well. And there's amazing results that's coming out of that community. So you don't want to miss it. So in the project that I'm talking to you all about, I'm going to have to buy in on the day of if I want in on it as well. You understand me? What's happening with my good brother, man? Blessings. What's up? Yeah. Hey, somebody said I just skipped the small talk. Ain't no small talk in this, man. Because you got to understand the details to get the bigger picture, man. Otherwise, I wouldn't be spending my time really trying to get you to understand it. Because, if you got a whole lot of money, you can skip the small talk. You can be like Snoop Dogg and go to his son and have him just, throw all the money. You feel me? And that's the same thing. Like, if you got $10,000 where you want to skip the small talk, I could have that conversation with you. But, people, got to throw really big bags at me to get my time. So you got to get the details in a way that I like to understand it, because what it's doing is it's helping you wrap around the whole mentality of this culture in a way that nobody is teaching it like that. You go to, I don't care who project you go into, they might be talking about, some super basic, how to start a wallet, how to do this. But when you want to talk about getting into the meat and the crust of it, that's a whole nother game. That's a whole nother level that we attacking it, that I promise you that nobody in this space is getting at. Nobody having a conversation like I have around NFTs, like Jared had around NFTs. I don't care who you are, where you from, because most of them getting their game from me. And they ain't got my mind. You understand me? They only got aspects of it. So the way I think about things are constantly advancing. I had a conversation with the manager of CryptoPunks. She manages the whole project for him. And she didn't know near about NFTs as I did. She was like, are you the NFT Messiah? What's going on? You understand me? But I just understand what I understand. You feel me? So it's like you got to understand that they want to pay me to come into corporate places and teach their whole company, and they already throwing millions of dollars at this space, and they don't understand it. So I know that I got the gems. So y'all gotta understand what you're getting access to. Just because you get to hop on a quick live, and you may be comparing that to somebody else's dumbass live where they ain't talking about nothing. Do not compare the two. It's really not the same. That's why we about to go. Who said this cap? Ain't hey. If I'm cap, the question, hey, listen, man, you should just leave. Because if I'm capped, there should be no reason for you to be sitting here listening to something that's capped. I just want to understand that's not a reflection on me, it's a reflection on you. That's it. Just want to let you know that. If I'm capped, you should not be listening. I'm all crowns, no cap. You know this. You understand me? So I'm just saying, man, if I'm capped, you know what I'm saying, you might not want to be being here. Shout out to Shaka Bars. You understand me? That's another good brother y'all should follow as well. That brother be doing some mad things. I had to say mad things for the world. You understand me? Hey, every time I see that brother, he might be rescuing a burning village from a volcano or pulling an elephant out the mud or something. That brother right there is a Superman, first of all. I just want to say that. You understand me? But what I'm trying to do, man, is I'm trying to give y'all some free game to where y'all can start getting new strategies and how to think about life. Yeah, I got real strategies to where I can really just sit down with you and have a conversation and, change the trajectory of your life. But you also got to mine some of them jewels, because if you get it fast, it goes out faster. And this is the problem that we've had too long, is that niggas just be wanting to get quick money and do dumb shit, and y'all think y'all deserve it that quick because it exists and is out there. But those who have the ability to build it up, they did it by the resource of their mind, building it over time. And then, you understand me, we got to build with integrity over here at the same time. You feel me? Like, that's what I respect. People of real principle and integrity, and that's it. And the digital technology is a small piece of the project. The financial liberation is the goal of it all. So when we talk about that, and that's why I put out options, what you want: ROLEX, you want land, you want NFTs, you want crypto, you want stock. You understand me? Do you want to set up a trust? Do you want to learn how to do community loans and funds? You understand me? You want to learn how to do yielding and staking, right? You want to learn how to create your own IP. You understand me? To where you can have an IPO on the blockchain. There's so many different ways that we can go about. And oftentimes what happens is we don't get access to the new tools. So once we get the mind, we start operating in the old ways, and the problem continues to expand, even though we now have the good heart, the good mind to assist in, solving the problem with the solutions, but we're not using the best tools at our disposal. So we're going to war with old weapons, and that's the problem. You understand me? You don't bring horses to a tank fight. You understand me? It just don't happen. You're not bringing bows and arrows to a gunfight. You're not bringing guns to a media fight. It's different weapons that we're talking about here. So you have to learn how to update your arsenal if you go play war games. And that's what we do when we're trying to solve the problems that we have. We at war. You know what I'm talking about? So, my brother, first of all, appreciate you coming on, man. I talk too much. I'm going to let you go ahead and say something. How's everything been in the NFT equation?
Yeah, it's been going real good. I've been having a nice month this month.
Yeah, I seen.
For a couple ETH. I think like three ETH. I sold for over 10K in USD.
Congratulations.
Thank you for that.
Hold on. Let's stop that for a second. Let me just stop there, man. When did you get into NFTs?
I got into NFTs almost exactly a year ago.
Almost exactly a year ago. Brother Jared is a good brother. I always seen it in him as soon as I met him, because of his due diligence and the way that he executes. You understand me? When you see that in a person, I always want to have a long-term relationship with people like that. And I invest in people like that. You understand me? And I want to help them execute and grow more and more and more, which is why I don't mind sharing my platform with the brother. He got into it about a year ago. And he took the infinite wealth strategies. You understand me? Already having pre-existing knowledge adding that on top of the knowledge he had, and then the way he aesthetically creates his courses and the order in which he creates them, he created his own NFT equation, which I decided to partner with. You understand me? I said, I love what I see it going over there. This deserves more attention. There was a statistic that was put out that even though that there, number one, there's all of these people that's firing their jobs. So there's a lot of people that's doing the great resignation. There's a lot of jobs that are open, but there's still less places hiring black men, right? So this is an issue. So it's easy to go tell a brother to go get a job. You understand me? It's easy to say that. But at the end of the day, when we look at the data, they're not hiring black men the same way they're hiring everybody else. So I want to be a different type of solution because I know that goes into our crime rate. That goes into when we look at 48% of divorces, it's because of money, right? Like the brother ain't got no money. We got people spilling around talking about high value men fucking up the women's heads. They don't want a brother who ain't got nothing and definitely ain't gonna help them get it. You understand me? It's tough for y'all out here. I'm just gonna say that. So it's like, hell yeah, I gotta give you some strategies to where it's like a brother able to make another $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $500. You understand me? Because we can't go with the orthodox ways. We have to figure out unorthodox ways in order for us to win because the world is against the black man like none other. Every time they push up another class, that's an anti-black man stab. I just want to let y'all know that. You might not be looking at it like that, but you got to understand that we being pushed out and marginalized even more and more and more. And if you don't become a part of those other classes, then it becomes worse. Well, Cali braids, I'm not sure. I don't have the statistics on that. I don't want to group that in. You understand me? Women are some of the most educated. They are the most educated group in America right now. I think they're the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs right now. And I don't know the statistics on whether they're being hired or not. You understand me? It's a different conversation, right? And every statistic within our community and culture are not comparable because right now what we're looking at is a woman's movement. So we're fast gearing into a woman's world, and it's a beautiful thing, but you got to understand that there's cause and effect for everything that happens. And some of these things create division within our culture, right? Because some women start to look at themselves as a woman, then a black woman, right? And so meaning that they identify with the group, this group first before they identify with being a part of the culture. You understand me? And so that's different because there's benefits with being identified in that, right? So somebody asks, is metaskeletons a good investment? I can't tell you what's a good investment and what's not a good investment, right? That's not my job, right? Because oftentimes I know what people are looking for. They're looking for an scapegoat. You understand me? You looking for to get updates from 19 Keys about the project as it goes along, if it goes good or bad. And what I did was brought it to your attention for you to be able to estimate. Now, what I can tell you is I do know one of the founders of it directly. He's a good brother that is very successful. And this is the first project that he's doxed himself on specifically because and it's a person that he got 3 plaques for doing $300 million last year. You understand me? In his business field. So it wasn't a field that he jumped in and he didn't dox himself without realizing the risk of his own reputation. And I'm saying that if a person was doing projects before and they decided to dox themselves on this, what's the mentality? The mentality is that this is a project I have to go long on. This is a project that is attached to my name, my business, and everything else that I got going on. So I have to throw real resources, real utility, and real equity at it. You understand me? And so when I tell you those things combined, you get to make your own decision. It's not for me to make for you. It's not for you to look at keys in any kind of way, right? They wanted me to come in and bring some light to it. And I had told them I would look at it first. And I actually like the ideas, what they bring in around it. And I personally know that they plan on adding more stages to the project. So I personally know that they plan on doing some long-term things with it. Now, with that being said, I think that's enough for me to say on that project. I don't think I need to try to do anything else on top of that, right? Secondly, I have the Crown Society project. You have to be an owner of them. You have 2 specific dates. The last date is really going to be the 22nd, right? The first date is going to be on the 19th when we start pouring people in, right, to start verifying their crowns and making sure that they actually own them so that we can start getting people access to physical crowns. You understand me? I just added jury on the site. Um, and the way I do my project is different than everybody else's because I don't believe in the over marketing aspect of it. What I found is that the organic marketing actually works better in this space for projects. You understand me? So that's what I want y'all to go get. But I want y'all to go, if you go take a look at metaskeletons, go ask them the questions. Because what I want y'all to start doing is practicing going to these developers, going to the owners of these projects and asking them questions. You understand me? That's where you really go find all your answers at. And so if it's your money, do you want to be cheap on it or you want to get your answers? Why not go straight to source? But anyway, brother, I talk too much. I'm gonna let you go.
Well, I want to say, so I did start NFTs a year ago, and since then I made tens of thousands of dollars flipping NFTs, and I have a portfolio of over 40,000 worth of NFTs right now. But early in my journey, this was my issue. I was very confused and skeptical about NFTs, and I would be going to all these different places. I'd be joining Twitter Spaces, Clubhouse rooms, trying to figure out some key questions that I had about this NFT world, and I couldn't find anybody who really was good at articulating that. Once I got into IWS, then I had a more intimate community where I could talk to people more closely. I would get on your live streams, I'd be asking you questions, you answer them. And it really helped unlock some of those key mental roadblocks that will allow me to use this new weapon class in this new type of warfare that we're going into. And so once you cleared up some of those components for me, I was able to take off running.
Yeah.
And now I have this greater understanding of the entire NFT space, and I could go from where you left me off. And now I'm at this point where I have this nice big portfolio, I have my own course, where I'm simplifying everything. I'm even now putting the course material onto a book.
So that's key right there. Listen, man. First of all, proud of you, brother. You understand me? That's really the point of it. You understand me? The point is duplication. Like if I can duplicate myself, if I can pass it on, we call it the letter to Garcia. This is a brother who now has a new field that he can utilize, strategize in, and make money for himself. You understand me? At the comfort of his home. It's different. So it's like I can't force anybody to execute, but I can give you the tools that you can utilize to execute with, right? And a lot of them they mostly 100% of them, to be honest, which is all mental tools. Because once it clicks for you, you got it, you're ready to go ride the bike on your own. You understand me? And once you ride that bike, you can take that bike wherever the hell you want to. You understand me? That's up to you. But that's what we give you here. And then adding a community on top of that. And it's not just NFTs, you understand me, specifically within IWS, because you get access to setting up your trust, right? I love our community. That I think probably one of the most active parts of the community is the status correction. You understand me? Where people are constantly research, understanding the law, how to set up trust estate, and how to really set themselves up so that they can have the proper registration. You understand me? In America, which I won't go deep on that. That's a private conversation that we have only in the IWS. And that's a different level of history that you understand once you get into it. So there's different components that go deeper and deeper once you start to dive in. Then of course you got the crypto, right? There's even a stock channel in there that brother is giving breakdowns of stocks in there, right? And then of course you got the mindset auditing and the learning how to learn. Then you got the book development aspect where you can create your own book with the simple strategies that you're given as well. You understand me? So that's the key. No, it's not the same information as the wealth standard. It's actually completely different. Actually, most of the students that are in the IWS haven't got access to the wealth standard, which I want to be given the opportunity for them to get access to shortly. You understand me? But all of these things couple into each other because every time I teach something, it adds on to the next thing. Like before I taught this, the class I taught was the wealth standard. Before that was mobilization, automation, digitization. And if you really took that course, then you will realize like this is the same thing. It's just now we are in the phase of execution with it. But I was given the preparation of understanding where the world is going, what we're going to be on, and then here come NFTs and blockchain and metaverse and all these different things. So you got to understand it's like, if you are in the College of Keys, the University Keys for the last 4 years, you definitely got you a master's degree You understand me? On how to think and execute during these times.
Yeah, speaking as someone who was about to graduate and knocked out a semester before
Yeah.
graduating, I can say that the content that I received inside of IWS and the content that I've now put into the NFT equation course is far more valuable than what I was getting out of college. I would literally be in classes and I would regret attending them after because I felt like I could have been using that time better elsewhere. And then I did by joining IWS, by creating the NFT equation.
Shannon Rise is not the same thing as the wealth standard. Don't come in here spreading false information. I didn't teach NFTs or cryptocurrency and tokenomics, or I didn't teach the same content strategies or the book strategies. You understand me? And the wealth standard, completely different. Now, everybody should do the wealth standard and IWS, to be honest with you, but these are definitely completely different curriculums. We didn't have metaverse inside of that. We didn't have the blockchain breakdown that we have in the wealth standard. So, you understand me? Make sure you getting actually the studies. Talking about something and teaching something are two different things. So, you understand me? Don't let the devil deceive you. All right, my brother, can you tell people how to get into the NFT equation?
Yes, absolutely. So you can go to nftequation.com. And first, if you want, you can go watch a free 60-minute masterclass that gives you a lowdown on that world in the first place. Or you can just go ahead and scroll down the page and click that enroll button. Now, once you get in, you do get lifetime access and lifetime updates. So I'm constantly going to be adding more content as the course grows and develops. And by the way, this course material has been taught by myself at the university level. That same college I told you I dropped out of had me come back 7 months after dropping out to teach students there about NFTs and the metaverse. And I'll probably be going back this semester as well. So this is a university level education that you can get inside this course. And I didn't just take a bunch of Instagram live streams and throw them into a folder, right? I actually structured this stuff out. I have course slides, I have material and resources for you every step of the way. It's video guided, so I'll walk you through how to navigate and see in this NFT space. So all the information is inside the NFT equation. And if you get on Key's text list, go ahead and text that number down below. He might be able to send you a little discount that we got going on this week. A nice discount.
Hey, that's key. That's key. If I was you, I get started. So let me get back into where we at right now in society, right? Like we in dangerous times, right? There are currency wars that's currently going on that are really in depth and really hard to follow and understand. You understand me? And these currency wars is what's fueling these different price fluctuations that's happening right now when it comes to cryptocurrency. The dollar is definitely going to go to zero at one point in time, and they're going to go try to go into these digital standards with everything that they're doing because they have to, right? The world is going through power shifts and different dynamics of power shifts, right? And with the Fed powers really dwindling and the things that they can do in this pattern of cycle, we're going into unimagined territory that we haven't entered before, right? There's either a complete collapse of the economic system as it is and a complete fall of Babylon as we know it of America, you understand me? Or there's a reimagining of it in a completely different facet. And the beauty of it all is that as one world goes out, a new world comes in. And so the question is, what part of the new world that's coming in will be built, right? And your image, if you will. You understand me? And that's what you really want to get to. What part of it will be built in your image? And so when we talk about these strategies, and this is why it's so hard for people to realize what the hell they want to invest in because you don't know. Of course, you always want to have some cash on you. Like I just want to put that out there. Like what things are going right now, I feel like, the bubble of everything is like this pending idea that everything that's in the market is in the bubble. So you want to invest in everything. You can't really afford to overlook any class, right? And part of the success that I believe in NFTs also is the fact that every other traditional model is such a speculative, you understand me, class right now and very volatile that it makes more sense where people are parking their value in things like NFTs, which creates a new system of perceived belief and value systems, right?
I'll jump in and say this. And NFTs with strong fundamentals, because there's always overhyped projects that are extremely volatile, but a lot of these blue chips, those ones with a docs team and much stronger foundation, those are the ones where you can really store some of that value.
No, that's a fact. That's a super fact. You understand me? And you always want to look for value. And that's why when I teach, I talk about look at sectors that already have value and then just figuring out how to utilize the NFTs to add that model onto their business. You understand me? Which is completely different. You understand me? And so it's like the NFTs that I bought thus far have only increased in value for the most part, right? Like every day I'm getting new bids on my NFTs and I can decide to sell them at any point in time. The
Just yesterday, I had 20K in active bids on just 4 of my NFTs.
20K. What did you start with as your initial buy-in?
I initially started like last year. I think I had 1 ETH, and I was getting ready to invest in Gary Vee's project V Friends. Being that early in my journey, I didn't pull the trigger. Yeah.
It happens.
And I used that 1 ETH to go invest in a couple other projects over that time period.
Now it definitely happens. And so one ETH was around what, like $3,000?
Yeah, somewhere between 2 and 3 thousand. Not too far from what it is now.
Now, a lot of people think that you got to be rich and have a lot of followers to win in this space. So, were you rich at the time, and did you have a lot of followers?
At the time I started getting into NFTs, I didn't even start building my brand online, and I did not have a lot of money to invest. And by the way, keep in mind you can get some NFTs for free. The crypto punks, those are given away for free when they were just getting started. And other NFTs like the Bored Apes, those start off for $300 worth of Ethereum. So a lot of these projects have these ridiculous prices now, but months ago they didn't. Y'all got to be in tune to the space to find those opportunities to get in at the core level.
Right. And so the space that we're going into right now is really utility-based projects, right? Like a lot of the hype. This has always been what I predicted for this market in the first place, that we're going to get past the hype-driven projects. It's really just common sense to me when you understand the economics of it all and how people and how consumerism works and when people buy into it. I always give my breakdown on, you got the first revolutionaries that buy in, right? They don't need too much convincing. They're ready to go, right? And then the secondary are the people that get into word of mouth. You understand me? Which creates FOMO. People jump in. And then the third group, it becomes such a standard operation and so many people in that you don't want to miss out. So everybody starts to get involved in it. Then it's the fourth group that just swears off from it. And some of you all may be in the fourth group because attached to your self-identity doesn't allow you to believe in some of these things. So you decide to say that, no, they can't be real. They can't be any value. I won't try it. And that's fine. That's 100% fine. I don't think that trying everything is for everybody sometimes. I think that some people, they find success in the things that they go into. But what I will caution you is that we're going into a world where everybody needs to learn the power of the pivot and the power of diversification, right? The only true hedge against uncertain markets is the strategy of diversification, where you're investing into all of these things, right? We seen what's the rich hedge funds guy? Not the stock guy, the little short stubby white dude that's the richest dude. Buffett. So we seen Buffett where he sweared away from crypto. He didn't like crypto to save his mama's life. You understand me? He'd rather eat McDonald's every day than invest in crypto. You understand me? But now we're seeing that he's giving away his traditional asset sectors that he's invested in, MasterCard, Visa, to go invest in a crypto-friendly bank, right? And this is a representation of change in society and changing the guards and changing old, very rigid financial models that make sense for the future, right? So if they're investing and he's a long-term investor, he's not investing because of what's happening right now. He's investing because of what's going to happen in the future, right? And behind the scenes, when you're talking about not models that's based on guesses, but you're talking about huge billion-dollar machines, right, that are cycling information to try to make the best decision, right, based on where society is going. So it's like I happen to be ahead of my time on certain things because I'm always looking forward into the future for my decisions that I'm making right now. And that's what I caution some of you all to do. Build intellectual property, number one. Always invest in self. Diversify your money. You understand me? Become a part of a community and build your own community. You understand me? But number one, that first step, put out your own intellectual property at the same time. Diversity is key. You want to get into Rolex? You a safe investor? You just want to find places that's less risk adverse to park your money? Go buy your Rolex. Set the money in there. Let it appreciate over time. Right? It's beat the stock market. That's good. Right? You want to go buy you some land. You want to have an asset that you can pass down within the family, something that you can build on and possibly flip into a business model and that you can eat off of. Go buy you some land. Get into farming. You understand me? That's something that you can do. Create a community on your land. Right? There's ways that you can do that, and you can go take those what's those trucks? Um, I can see it in my brain, but I can't think of the actual name of it at the moment. You understand me? Where they take those mobile units, the shipping containers, and people are building communities based on that. That's one of the things that I'm going to do with some of my money. Buy me a land, create a shipping container community. You understand me? Where people can come in, build, boom, the community come and eat there. I want Crown Society to have their own community that's built out like that, right? Be fired. The way it's gonna look is crazy, not them rusted buckets. You understand me? It's gonna be different. Um, and land is always going to have value, and land is consistently going up in value year to year. People are buying it up. Of course, we already know they're not making more land, and not even just investing into this country, but into other countries around the world. You can buy land. You can buy into orchards in the world. You understand me? Where you can have fractional investments. You understand me? Placed around the world, and those things most likely will probably be NFT'd as well. You can buy into fractionalization of NFTs. You understand me? And that's what people are doing. Brother, I know he got like 20 bored apes. He put them bored apes inside that backs his project, fractionalized ownership and the connection that has staking connected to it, so that where the people can get money as the value of said project goes up. So the people get to earn rewards by holding in the form of them being able to collect a dividend. So there's all of these different ways that you can go about building. You're talking about stocks, right? ETFs. You understand me? Let everybody else figure out the hard ways to invest the money, what companies to throw, what companies to add in there. You understand me? Buying into ETFs or long-term stocks that is connected to the future of technology, right? The future of the biomedical industries. All of these different things are changing right now. So instead, you go look, you know, the weed community and cannabis community still haven't had their boom. Those stocks are in the bust right now. One day they will have a boom, and those who've been holding on, they're gonna eat. But the part is like you want to put your money in at the time, you understand me, where your money can do the best work. And that's why nobody is in cannabis right now, because they feel like cannabis won't do their work. They won't do the work, they money the best way. So people say, well, shit, I can get a better return in NFTs than putting in some of these industries. There's going to be a time where mushrooms, you understand me, are utilized, and they continue to go through all of these different studies, and they have all of these companies like Magic Mind and a bunch of different ones that's figuring out how to utilize this against things like schizophrenia and depression and stress and anxiety, which are becoming bigger things. I taught my mobilization, automation, digitization class versus the SAD, stress, anxiety, depression, suicide. That's a look into our 10, 20, 30-year future as society has consistent increases in mental health rates declining. Black men are committing suicides at higher rates than ever. Why is that? We have to be able to take a look at these things, right? And if we invest into models of the future that solve that, that's where the best businesses will come out of, whether it's clean energy or anything else. And you know, it's the same thing about any of these models, even cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency might be in the dumps right now, but that also means either this is the best and greatest time to buy. You understand me? Or cryptocurrency has no future at all, right? Either that it can go down to a second floor level. I've seen master investors say, listen, man, the most important parts for Bitcoin is 40,000, and he called 28,000. So if it goes to 40,000, that lets me know that's a signal to buy. It goes down to 28, guess what? Another signal to buy. You understand me? And then I can dollar cost average as it continues to recover and it makes its highs back up. And I believe that this will happen after regulation is set in. People are used to whatever that regulation is. You understand me? And then mass adoptions happen because corporations know how to move and navigate in this space without being on the edge as they throw money into it. So you have to understand what's going on if you want to start preparing yourself and your family. Every one of you all should learn how to set up a trust, bring the family together, community conversation, where are we going to invest, where are we going to put our money in, even if it's a small amount. What you're doing is you're building up the household a net worth. If we just decreased by 14%, that number is growing on a daily basis. So now we have to figure out how do we retain that, and the quickest way of doing that is through the allocation of assets under management of the trust. So that's my breakdown to you all. You understand me? And then, of course, you can't do none of these things without being educated. And so that's where we come in, the educators, whether you're in infinite wealth strategies, which is attached to, right, the NFT equation as well, because I'm doing this for everybody that get into the NFT equation. For my brother, you'll get IWS for free. You understand me? For free. So, listen, you can't beat that. So, you know, self-investment is the best investment. Let's just say that. And the quickest way to invest in self is to learn something new. Right. So that's my spiel today. Make sure y'all go follow Metaskeletons. Make sure y'all go follow Crown Society, because I can't wait for y'all to start getting physical crowns and me to start dropping the rest of the NFTs and everything I got connected to this space. Somebody just bought one of the Crown Society rings. So I put up 19. I didn't even advertise one yet, but y'all must be going and checking when I'm dropping stuff. Because somebody bought one. They bought one for 1 ETH. You understand me? Shout out to that person. I'm gonna be doing something special for everybody who owns one of these rings. I want to have a dinner. You understand me? All the ring holders, and that could be the day everybody pick up their rings, or I can just get your size and then I'll just send it to you. But these are going to be real gold rings with ruby and emeralds on the inside of them. You understand me? On the settings, rather. So, you know, you really don't want to miss out. We're doing some amazing things over here. I haven't even dropped my coins yet. I got physical coins. You understand me? This is real silver right there. Yeah, I ain't even got to all of this, man. I ain't even. I got gold ones too. I ain't even got to that. Y'all think I just be over. I don't know what y'all think I be doing. I hope y'all know I be working, because you want to invest in gold and silver too. I ain't even get to the gold conversation. I got gold on for a reason today. This is real. You know what I'm saying? You got to get into the gold conversation. I just put up this one right here. This is an NFT right now. So you can go, it's a limited amount, but you can go buy one of these as an NFT. And I got a silver one up there as well. The silver one doesn't cost as much as the gold, because this is real gold. And they are all custom handmade. You understand me? So they're made to order. So like, we're not playing with these things. I hope y'all know. Like, this project got real utility, real value. You understand me? It's different. And they've been selling out. You understand me? We about to hit 6 figures on this project. People buying in. And I'm taking that money, buying real physical assets, getting into the folks. So you ever wanted you a crown, you need to own your crown NFT and tap in with me. The more NFTs you own, the better for you when you want to get your crown collection up. Just letting you know that. You know, because when I start randomly assigning value to NFTs, don't get mad that you didn't get one. When I start randomly assigning value, you understand me? It's gonna be all the rave. You know what I'm talking about? Go to crowns 19 underscore. You can go look at my bio. You can go find them. Some of those, they actually, the floor price is very low, so you really don't want to miss. But you can go to Rarible, type in crowned. It should pull up the collection, and you should see everything. Crowned as in CROWNED. You want to download MetaMask, connect you, create you a wallet, connect, send your ETH from there, probably from your Coinbase wallet. Therefore, you have what you need. The floor is low, but it's ready to blow. Just letting you know.
And yes. Remember, if y'all need help figuring out how to go through that process of buying the first NFT, I got the free masterclass. You hit me up for it. It'll take you through the whole process.
Boom. A free masterclass. That means it's free. That's all I need to say about that. A free masterclass. A free fuego. You understand me? I don't know why I said fuego. It just felt right. But it's free. So yeah, man, y'all go tap into that. Yeah, that Nipsey Blue crown is ridiculously raw. I didn't call it Nipsey Blue because I'm not trying to profit off the brother. You understand me? But I know what you're saying. But yeah, man, y'all go there, y'all get it. Go lock in with my brother. He really is providing a lot of value. And what's happening, the most beautiful part of it is that every single month he's adding to it. You understand me? And actually giving signals of the projects that he's interested in and ones that he's buying. And so that's really the best thing. The gold jewelry are sold as NFTs. So when you buy the NFT, it's going to get access to buying the gold jewelry as well. So that's where you want to go get it. There's going to be limited holders of these that's going to have special privileges in the Crown Society. You want to be one of them. I mean, besides, having gold jewelry that's beautiful as hell. This I designed everything myself, just to let y'all know. I'm a designer. So I design everything myself. This thing right here is crazy though. This is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, you giving that away for only 3 ETH?
Yeah. It's gonna be love. Listen, man, you gotta create value. You understand me? I'm in this for the long term, so this is something I'm gonna be doing for a long time. Let it become a bidding war if people want to buy it from the person that buys it. You understand me? But I'm not gonna be making no more, so that's all you go get. You understand me? And so I look at, and I'm gonna leave off on this. I look at my timeline in history. When there was a time where I had offered maybe 2-3 years ago, I offered to do like consultations. Now I don't do them. You understand me? The value went up on them ridiculous. I offered to do podcasts with people. I offer for people to buy into my podcast at a ridiculous low amount. I offer people to buy into my business at a ridiculous low amount. And a lot of times, maybe 1-2 person may have said it, but most people ignored it. And I told people it's going to be a time, you understand me? Yesterday's price, not today's price, basically. Right. And I don't mind when people ignore me because I'm going to execute on their ignorance. You understand me? I am completely fine with that. So I know that every time I'm throwing something of magical value, the price lives up to it exceedingly, right? So now you can't invest in like that same manner. Now you can't buy into it, but of course, with the NFT project, it allows that opportunity for community buy-in again. It allows that opportunity for community investing because the more that community grows, the bigger, the more that market cap grows, the more the trading volume grows, the more value I have to pour back into the community, right? So it's like I have some business models that's going to be coming out soon, inshallah, that I think is going to benefit millions of people. But I really want those who see the vision, investing into the vision with the Crown Society to get a different type of value and different type of benefit. You understand me? And so once that's closed off, I won't have no ill feelings or I won't feel a certain way because people didn't see it. It's like I know it's 300 people on here. I know it's 500 people. I know it's 400,000 people that follow. I know people see it every day and they ignore it, and I'm fine on that. You understand me? Because I know that the people that did tap in, I'm going to appreciate y'all more. You understand me? And the more resources that I have to give to you, I'm the happier I'm going to be doing that with somebody who saw the vision in the first place. You understand me? So there it is on that. Make sure y'all go follow Jared Ross. Make sure y'all join the NFT equation. Get your access to this education. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And we out, brother. Peace, God. All right. Listen, people, we locked in. I appreciate y'all locking in, man. I appreciate y'all sticking and staying with me this whole entire time. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Forex. I mean, people make money on Forex every day. I mean, that's what we talking about, exchanging currencies. But listen, man, right now, the IWS is closed till the 19th. It's 4:44. I didn't even realize we closed it at 4:44. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. The only way to get in and to get access through is the NFT equation, which you got to find out with my brother Jared T. Ross. You understand me? Y'all know my number is 323-577-6692. Text me there. I'll be sending out links, text, content, the whole nine. I appreciate y'all. Peace.